when it comes to security and compliance, HIPAA violations, all of your different security and compliance things, we deal with social security numbers, we deal with tax IDs, a lot of companies do. You got sensitive business critical data, you don't want someone to hack it. So when I say big people steal from little people, obviously companies like Adobe and larger organizations, they're attacked because they're boasting about their security and someone wants to humiliate them. But the reality of it is, if you're a small business and if you use the equation, I don't know, if you're a monster, if you're a big monster, you're going to pick on other big monsters, you're going to pick on smaller monsters because they're easier. And that's how hackers and anyone who creates a virus or wants to steal sensitive information, they're looking for the small guys, the guys that don't have the $100,000, $200,000 budgets to secure their environment. So when your data is moved to a off-site cloud solutions provider like SōtirIS, that data is protected by our security, by our compliance. And that security is of an enterprise grade. So if you have your small business, your medium business, your mid-enterprise and enterprise, every small business wishes they had, the security that WellSpan Health and these giant hospitals and corporations have. Well, you have that same sense of security and compliance when you're in a cloud environment. It's a really fantastic process. So, as I mentioned on the security with the cloud environments, we're regularly audited. So we have to adhere to a very high standard. And with us having to adhere to that high standard, you know your data is secure. And that's just peace of mind. I already mentioned there, but the small and medium businesses are hacked the most. The reality of it is, guys, unfortunately, if you're a small or medium-sized business and you have one really bad hack, the odds of you bouncing back are very slim to none. Someone comes in and they take your business critical data from you and you don't have it anymore, and you did not have a backup and disaster recovery plan, the odds of you getting that back in a timely manner are very slim. So that's kind of the proactive versus reactive mindset, and you really have a one-up. If something does happen, you're not like, holy crap. So, moving on here, the competitive edge equals growth, total cost of ownership, and return on investment. I mentioned this earlier during my benefits of the cloud. You don't have to pay for capital expenses. You still need to maintain your laptops or your tablets. Again, the life cycle of that is lengthening significantly because the requirements to run these programs, again, are not related to the local device accessing it. So when you look at things, and I also mentioned this, when you're looking at your budget and you're looking at it, you have your software expense, you have to buy your licenses, and licenses are probably the most expensive thing out of the whole picture. But you're also looking at your hardware, so you're eliminating the servers, you're eliminating the buying the $800 a license for Microsoft Office Professional Suite Business Edition, $800, or a fixed monthly cost per user per month. That person leaves, you no longer pay it. End of story. Very, very, very easy to comprehend that. So the significantly lower cost for new technology implementations, when you're looking at adding a new piece of software, instead of speccing out a new server, this RAM, this much CPU, you need all this storage, you need all these other bells and whistles, you literally contact your cloud solutions provider and say, hey, you guys already know what we have going on now. And we're looking to add in this piece of software to increase our workflow, to increase our product for our clients. You literally say, hey, I need 6 CPUs, I need 64 gigs of RAM, and I need a terabyte, and it's done. You pay a small piece of that total cost monthly. 7 months later, you decide this isn't the best route for me, you chalk it up. You didn't just buy a $7,000 server and pay a consultant 50 hours to set it all up. That's gone. You don't pay that. That's taken care of by the solution provider themselves.